Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. When it comes to hip-hop and entrepreneurship, few names have made an influence quite like Dame Dash. He rose from the streets of New York to the high echelons of business and entertainment, to craft a unique story of determination and innovation. Dash co-founded Roc-A-Fella Records with Jay-Z and Kareem Burke. That is known, but he didn't start there nor did he end there, but is rather enshrined in a number of businesses in today's competitive entertainment industry. Dash's early entrepreneurial spirit manifested in New York City barbershops and sidewalks as he as a young boy sold newspapers. He quickly moved into the music world with artists like Original Flavor, setting up his legendary path. Dash's ambitions didn't stop at music only. His multifaceted business acumen continues today, although the road he has patiently maneuvered through has been very rough. It is rather not surprising that these days, Dash admits that his money is funny, though that hasn't quelled his desires. He recently launched the television network America New, collaborated with Freeway on a new album and various other money-minting ventures. In a recent interview with Chuck Jigsaw Creekmer and DJ Thorough, Dame Dash discussed how his relentless pursuit of new challenges and frontiers is simply representative of his humble beginnings. During the same show, Dash stressed a rather tantalizing point that to him, Roc-A-Fella was still high and alive. Anything I do with any Roc-A-Fella, Roc-A-Fella's not dead and it doesn't die until I say so. And actually, Freeway has been doing a lot with education. He got the Freedom Thinkers Academy and he's going through a lot of defining moments, to say the least, Dash said. He has consistently showed a whole lot of strength, especially when something involves the former Roc-A-Fella label, and despite anything that he's going through, he still pulls up. He seems like he's become the general of state property. He's doing shows, so he's what a Roc-A-Fella should be, Dash added. He then again went on to emphasize that Roc-A-Fella is not dead, just like rock and roll's not dead. It's just that I've been taking a nap. I've been out creating a television network, which is what I've been working on for the last 13 years, and figuring out how we are getting robbed with CPMs and data and making sure I don't, and then trying my best in educating everybody else. Dash, however, seemed concerned about fact they started the real rock and roll, but other people tried to take credit for that. So, I felt like I see the kids wearing a lot of old school rock and roll shirts, and a lot of times I ask them if they do listen to the artist that they're wearing, and they often say they don't know. They're wearing a Grateful Dead shirt, so I think they need some rock and roll that they could connect to, Dash observed. A lot of people might not know that I put the Black Keys on, Dash noted. We did a project called Black Rock and we put them with Mos Def, Pharoah Monch, RZA, Raekwon and Jim Jones. It was just that I wanted to do rock and roll because I'm a rock star. So, I've always looked at the Dipset and State Property as rock stars. I love hip-hop, but I listen to rock and roll more than I listen to hip-hop. And people don't know that, but the reason why it is like that is because hip-hop triggers me. I was in the street and I saw all that. I'm trying to forget about it and I don't want that energy around my children, my daughters, Dash stresses. I don't want to feel that anxiety of hustling and carrying a gun and not knowing if we're going to, being prepared to do all that because it's traumatizing. So, I've always escaped through rock and roll, Pink Floyd and Janis Joplin and even all kind Mars Volta. We're taught that we can only all hustle for $1, the black dollar, and that we should not be in competition with them. We should always only be in competition with each other. So, you notice that when there's like a black man owns a company, it's a black company. When a white man owns a company, it's a company, and those are the dynamics that will not change very soon. And that's why Dash believes that his staff is so eclectic, because it's not just a focus, but that division is what keeps us always fighting each other, because we always fighting over the same block, and we're never trying to take their market share. Dash further noted that he was not asking to be celebrated by anyone. When they celebrate me too much, it means I'm working too hard for them. And anyone that gets celebrated too much by them is not doing too much for us. So, what I notice is that it's better to get celebrated by us, not them. Dash acknowledges the fact that he has always been broke, and his explanation is just satisfying. He elaborates that all he has got is money for his bills and the company's bills, because if the company does not make money, he in turn won't have what to eat. I am a savage like that, I'm a wild animal, I'm not tame, and that is why I'm very active. This is life I chose and the freedom is priceless, he says of himself. I believe that Dash clearly knows that he has been sort of his own boss since age 16. He was a manager and had a record deal at age 19 while Roc-A-Fella came to be born out of his 20s. But what came with that was a lot of pain, a lot of unrecognized trauma, he says. Nonetheless, Dave still considers himself very lucky given the fact that he was able to survive that era, and then pivot right into the era of Biggie Smalls, Nas and Jay, including Tupac, and is actually still in the game today. And then now, all these decades get later, to still be just as relevant, and still doing new things. Dash appreciates what old age has in store for him, especially when he reminiscences about having gray hair. As a young man, he thought he probably would dye his hair to regain his young looks. He now feels comfortable and has decided never to dye his hair. We should probably recall the fact that Dash and R. Kelly have had a series of misunderstandings, reportedly resulting from their particular relationships with the late R&B singer Aaliyah. Dash has occasionally hit R. Kelly in several of his interviews and communications on various social media platforms. Meanwhile, R. Kelly, through his lead lawyer Jennifer Bonjean, has appealed both his New York and Chicago sentences, and the proceedings are underway. We would like R. Kelly to know that many individuals, including his support network and legal team, are working tirelessly on his behalf. The dedication and effort put into the appeal are a testament to the current belief in the justice system, and the now less doubtable possibility of a fair resolution. R. Kelly is currently held at a federal prison in Granville County at the Federal Correctional Institute in Butner. We stay optimistic that with such an articulate lawyer as Bonjean, the misinterpretations of the law, the injustices that have marred the trials, and the unfaithfulness exhibited by most of the witnesses, will have a bearing in revealing the truth and innocence. We would love to see R. Kelly regain his deserved freedom, get back to the family, and also hope that he gets back to the studio to give us the best of music as he has always. Nonetheless, for every passing day the truth is always coming to light, and who knows, the king of R&B Robert Sylvester Kelly could walk to freedom sooner than one had ever imagined. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.